Hello and welcome back. Today we're doing a small train mission in the north of London. So our first train is going to be from London Euston. So we're just heading to Angel now to get the Northern Line, just a couple stops down to London Euston. So let's go there.
This is the Northern Line train and Edgware.
So we're just here on the platform at Euston and we're getting the 10:53 to Manchester Piccadilly, but we're not going to Manchester Piccadilly, we're going one stop to Milton Keynes. So for our first leg of the journey we're on this Avanti West Coast, I think it's 11 car, might be 9, I'm pretty sure 11 car Pendolino. It's called City of Liverpool and we're going to take it, as I said, just one stop. But I like these trains, they're the tilting trains. And they're quite cramped in, but the seats are quite nice because they're designed for like 5-hour journeys. So let's get on board and check it out. So we're just on this train here, we're just about 5 minutes out of Milton Keynes. Been smooth so far and we're still on time, and we've got about a 5-6 minute connection at Milton Keynes. So we're here at Milton Keynes now, and we're just getting on our train, and we're going back one stop on the West Coast Main Line towards London Euston to Bletchley, and I'll explain what we're going to do from there. Maybe you might know. But I've just seen here at Milton Keynes a Chiltern Railways train going to Oxford, which I didn't know they had a service here. So yeah, surprising. Maybe it's a special occasion or they've only just started it, but yeah, seems to be a 165 or one of those 168s over to Oxford. A very empty train, this one. Only one other person in our carriage, and it's an 8-car train to London Euston. So just as we were setting off, I realised that might be the East-West Rail, and it was. It said on the front East-West Rail test train. So it's not doing passenger services yet, but East-West Rail is going to be operated by Chiltern Mainline, Chiltern Railways, and I think it goes from Oxford over to Cambridge, and one of them is Oxford to Milton Keynes, which is going to be on the new track. So clearly they've built it and they're just testing it. And then I think it goes on the Marston Vale line to Bedford and then over to Cambridge from there. So it's cool to see that they're making progress with that. So yeah, all good. I think it's a 4-minute journey over to Bletchley, and from there we are going to actually be catching the Marston Vale line train all the way over to Bedford. So we're just pulling into Bletchley here. You can see the station just over there, and we've got about, I think, a 10-minute wait here, maybe 11, for our service to Bedford. So I'm just here actually in the loos at Bletchley, and we're going to be on the Marston Vale line service down to Bedford. It's about 42 minutes and it's on a class 150, which is very cool because there's very few of them here in London. I think this is the only one outside Yorkshire or kind of like over on the GWR branch lines. So yeah, very cool, and we're just going to head over to platform 5 to catch our train. So as I said earlier, we're on a class 150, which are quite rare for this part of the world. They've painted it in their LNWR livery on the outside, but on the inside they've kept the Northern Trains livery, so clearly it was a Northern train. They've also, on the other side, they've got that little bit that Northern have where there's like sideways seating for the bicycles, I think. But yeah, we're just approaching the first station here, just stopping at Fenny Stratford, our first station on the Marston Vale line. So we just picked up a slight delay there at Woburn Sands, just about 2-3 minutes. And that's fine because we've got about, I think, 10-minute connection at Bedford. And then we're going to get an East Midlands train down 1 stop, or maybe 2, to Luton. So we're just about 4 or 5 minutes late now, leaving Richmond. I think it still should be fine. We've still got about 5 minutes to make it over to our train. I think it's coming in from Corby, going to London St Pancras, East Midlands Railway. But as I said, we're just going to go 1 stop, or I think it could be 2, to Luton. Just relatively quiet. I think we're coming into Lidlington now, and then it's Millbrook, Stuart B, Kempton, Stredwick, Bredford, St John's, and then actual Bedford. So yeah, it's quite a nice train this. I love the 150, and these seats are really nice and comfy. Again, as I said in my other video in South London, Epsom Downs, I don't love this configuration where you've got the lots of 2s and 3s, no tables anywhere. So that's my one criticism. It's got lots of charging ports, nice view, very open, and it's again a very empty train, so it's quite good. So we're just approaching Kempston Hardwick here, which is the least used station on the Marston Vale line and also the least used station in the whole of Bedfordshire. There's another least used station on this line, which was the first one, Fenny Stratford, and that's the least used station, I think in Buckinghamshire, or maybe Hertfordshire, I think Buckinghamshire. But this is the least used station in the whole of Bedfordshire. So Kempston Hardwick only gets about 2,200 passengers a year. That's what it got last year. Before that, 4,400. And then obviously with COVID, but pre-COVID it was 10,000 a year only. And it's not quite recovered yet. Or maybe it's just stopped being used so much. But yeah, this is it. Least used station in Bedfordshire. See why it's the least used station. It's barely got anything there, very short platform and nothing around it, just a level crossing. It's slightly annoying with these trains because they're so old. The windows, they're just a bit, they're not dirty, they're just old. They've got like dirt in them, I guess, and they're a bit cloudy, so you can't actually film out. And I mean, you can see out fairly clearly, but you just can't get it on camera as much, which is slightly annoying, but that's why I'm not filming outside so much. So in stark difference to our previous stop, the least used station in Bedfordshire, this is the most used station on the Marston Vale line, aside from obviously Bletchley and Bedford. Bedford St John's. I don't know why it's so used. It's only got 1 platform. I think it's one of the only stations on the Marston Vale line to have just 1 platform, and it's just under a bridge. So not too sure why, but it is. So we're on another train now. We're going to London St Pancras, but obviously we're not done. the train mission yet, so we're not going to London St Pancras. We're going one stop. We got on at Bedford, and now we're going to Luton. I think we're about 5-ish minutes out, and then once we get there, we're going to have our KFC, and then get back to Luton Station, and I'll tell you what we're doing once we get back. So we're just here at Luton. It's an interesting place. I don't think I'll be coming back too soon. And we're just waiting for our train that's going to Three Bridges. Nope, that's not it. That one's the one from Corby, the one that we came on, probably about half an hour later than our one. No, we're getting a Thameslink service, just I think 4 stops down to St Albans City. And from there we're gonna have to walk over to St Albans Abbey, a bit like Epsom Downs in Tasson Corner. Although this time we're a lot tighter for time. It's about a 22 minute walk, and we've only got about 25 minutes to do it in. So it's going to be tight. We're going to have to walk a little faster than the Epsom Downs bit, but it should be fine. We should be able to make it. And then from St Albans Abbey we're going to get I think it's called the Abbey line. I don't know what branch line it's called, but it's operated by London North Western, a bit like the Marston Vale line. And we're going to get that one down to Watford Junction where it ends. We're just approaching St Albans City here. I don't think we're late, maybe like half a minute late. So we should be able to make the walk. City map says 22-minute walk. We've got exactly 25 minutes to do it in. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can make it. So we're just on the walk now. I think we're about a third of the way through. I'm confident we'll make it. We've booked the tickets, but we can use them on the next train, which is an hour later. But I can see the sign to the station. I reckon it's another 10 minutes from here, 10-15 minutes, so hopefully we'll make it. So we're just on our walk here, taking us through this woodland bit with this nice little stream river thing going on. And we've got about 5 minutes left of the walk. I think we'll make it with about 2 minutes to spare. Our train comes in at 02 and leaves at 08. I think it's now about 59. It says we're going to get there for 05. So we won't see it come in, but we'll still get on with plenty of time, hopefully. It's a bit muddy here, but at least it's quicker and we're going to make the train. I have to say, whenever I've been doing my train missions, I've never had such a lovely walk before, but here you can see what I mean, how muddy it is. That's one of the things I love about doing these train missions, is it takes you to places like these and doing those lovely walks that you would never do otherwise. I mean, why would you be walking along that path unless you're going from St Albans City train station to St Albans Abbey train station? I also love the trains, but I can see our sign, I can see the badge saying Abbey Station for Watford Junction, and that's where we're going. So we've made it on the train. It doesn't leave for another 2 minutes, so we had quite a bit of time. It is called the Abbey line, so just St Albans to Watford, and I think it's a 4-car train. Maybe there's another 4-car stay. I think it's just a single 4-car train. It's really empty, as it should be, I guess. Who's going from St Albans to Abbey to Watford Junction on a random Friday? So yeah, very empty. Beautiful walk though. Nice kind of woodland area here. So strongly recommend coming if you have a free day. Why not? So we're just here at Watford Junction, just going to get the Overground or Liberty line that's heading into Euston, just 2 stops to Bushey. So we're here at Bushey. Our train is just leaving their London Overground class 710, is it? Yeah, 710. And we're now heading over, this is platform 2, we're going to platform 6. Just started drizzling a bit. We're going to go over to platform 6 and catch our London North Western railway train, class 350 probably, down to Harrow and Wealdstone, and then we're going to get the Bakerloo line. Now the good thing about Bushey here and Harrow and Wealdstone and actually Watford Junction is they're all fairly close to London. Because they're on the West Coast Main Line, you get a lot of trains going through and also stopping. And that's what makes these places so good for train spotting, is they're still quite easily accessible from London, but they're right on the West Coast Main Line, so you get so many trains going through. Freight as well, quite a lot of freight. I've seen quite a few class 66s today. I just saw a class like a Intercity 225, the ones they have on LNWR, but just instead of the Mark III carriages, they've got freight on them, so that's quite cool. Not seen actually any trains yet since I've got on the platform here, but we've got about an 8-minute wait for our train going 1 stop to Harrow and Wealdstone, so hopefully we see some trains before then.
We are now approaching Harrow and Wealdstone. Change here for London Underground Bakerloo line services via Queen's Park and Paddington, and London Overground services to Wembley Central.
So we're just here. I can see the Bakerloo line train just pulled in on the other platform, just gone there, and it's just going to reverse back in here, and we're going to take it to Marylebone and then catch the bus from there to Angel. This is probably my favourite tube line in the whole of London, the Bakerloo. I love the trains, they're nice and old, and they've got that lovely rickety feel to them. And also, one of my favourite things is being on an underground train above ground, which makes this line even better, especially from this stretch from Harrow and Wealdstone over to Queen's Park. So we've had a slight change of plan. We're going to get off at Wealdstone Junction, which we've done, and we're going to get the overground Mildmay line just down to Highbury and Islington. So we've just left Highbury and Islington station there, and that is the end of our train mission today. Just like the train day mission 1 and this one, we've both ended at Highbury and Islington. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.